Hello everyone, how are you doing today? This is John from CyberWatch and this video is powered by CyberWatch Hive. Today we'll be talking about functions. We'll be going through what functions really mean. Okay, so I will say a function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Okay, I'll say function. There are a lot of times where you need to do a job, run a particular part of a code repeatedly. All right, when you need to run it repeatedly, all you need is it's either you use your while loop, it's either you use your for loop like your iteration, or there are sometimes it will be too cumbersome, too clumsy to use all those loops. All right, or your conditional statements. So the best thing to now do at that point is the use of a function where you write a piece of code and you can allow that piece of code to run severally, but that is after you've called it. All right, you can actually pass data known as parameters into a function, okay, and a function can return data as a result. So let's go quickly and do this. Okay, now in Python actually, okay, let me pull this one up. All right, in Python actually you create function, all right, by using the keyword def. Okay, you create function by using the keyword def. So what I'm talking about is do def. Let's just say def. Let's say our function name is you do def then followed by function name. So we'll do happy birthday. All right, happy birthday. All right, so that's our function. Okay, now def happy birthday. And now what I'm saying is inside of this parentheses you might have a list of parameters like values, okay, inside of that parentheses. Okay, but let's say we don't have let's go on yet and say what inside of our function we have print happy birthday. All right, print happy birthday. So this is how to actually create a function. All right, this is how to create a function. All right, you start it by def happy birthday followed by parentheses like that, then you do your column and do this. So anytime you call this function, all right, this happy birthday will be printed. Okay, so that's how it works. So let's come down here now and do calling a function. Okay, so I say to call a function we use the function name followed by parentheses. Okay, so now we call, this is our function name happy birthday. So when we copy all this, okay, and we come here and drop it this way, happy birthday, we've called the function. All right, so let's go ahead and run the code. You see that after I've run the code, you see happy birthday. All right, so at any point that you call the function name, it will actually come up with whatsoever you have inside of the function. Okay, so that's that. So like I say, functions have arguments. At this point we have, when you have something inside of this place, it has argument. Okay, so let's comment this one out and go down. Okay, let's go down, let's comment these ones out also. All right, and go down and do here. So we say functions has argument. All right, information can be passed into a function as an argument, all right, or as arguments. So arguments are specified after the function name, okay, inside the parentheses. Okay, you can add as many arguments as you want, just separate them with a comma or with set of commas. All right, now the following example has a function with the argument first name. Okay, let's not even work with this, let's work with the example that I gave above. Okay, because I don't know why the example came in. So let's go ahead and do def, okay, function happy birthday. All right, our parentheses and this. Okay, parenthesis and this. So I will now go ahead and do if I say print like we did at the top, okay, if I go ahead and say print happy birthday, I can say happy birthday John. All right, happy birthday John, and I run the code. Nothing will happen, okay, because we've not called the function. So what if I come down here and I call the function? I say happy birthday, that way. So as soon as I run the code, you say happy birthday John. All right, what if you want the code to be you want to pass in parameters here, so that instead of having John here, all right, we're going to be using the parameter we passed in here. So at that point, let's just say our parameter is name, okay, and here let's use our f. All right, and here we'll now do happy birthday. So we'll drop our parentheses like this. We'll now do name, okay. The same thing that we have here is what we'll drop here. So where we are calling the line that we are calling the function name, that's when we'll pass in the parameters, okay. If I go ahead and do John, all right, because we have one parameter here, so we'll do the one parameter here, and I run it to see we still have happy birthday John. All right, so that's how to actually pass in parameters. All right, now we can also pass in more parameters actually, okay. Can pass in multiple parameters or arguments, which is what we have under here. So when we get there, we're going to check that, okay. So let me copy this, then I'll now comment it out, okay. So now I said parameters or arguments. The term parameters and arguments can be used for the same thing, all right. Information that are passed into a function, that's what the parameters mean, okay. Information that are passed, like the name here, are what we call parameters. But from a function's perspective, all right, a parameter is a variable listed inside the parentheses, like here. This is a parameter, okay, in the function definition. All right, now an argument is the value that is sent to the function when it is called. This very one, okay, is an argument. This one here, the name, is a parameter, but the value now, okay, is an argument. That's the difference, okay, in functions perspective, okay. So don't get yourself confused. All right, so number of arguments. So by default, a function must be called with the correct number of arguments. All right, now meaning that if your function expects 2 arguments, all right, you have to call the function with 2 arguments, not more and not less. All right, so what I'm talking about here now is if your function has 2 parameters, the arguments also should be 2. Like we explain from here, these are parameters and these are arguments. So if we have 2 parameters here, the arguments should be 2. If we have 3 parameters here, the arguments should be 3. Now that we have 1, okay, that's why the argument, that we have 1 parameter, that's why the argument is 1. All right, that's what I'm trying to pass across here, okay. So let's go ahead and do something. Let's paste, okay. That's why I copied it before. So here we'll now have name, okay, and we'll do comma age. All right, age. So maybe the next line I will now do print let's do f, okay, you are age years old. All right, so here now if I leave, like what I was trying to explain, if I don't go down to add these arguments here, okay, to cover for age, it will throw up an error. So if I look at that, if I run the code, it's not saying happy birthday missing one required positional argument. You see, argument age. So let's go back there and fix the age. So the first one is name, okay, the first one is name, and I'll now do comma, let's say 11. All right, age. You see that it's automatically named them. All right, so if I go ahead to run it, you say happy birthday John, you are 11 years old. Okay, now one thing that we have to know is it needs to be, if you're using this format, okay, you need to arrange the arguments, okay, the same way the parameters are, else you'll not get the right answer, right? So let's say 11, then John. All right, let's go ahead and run it, and you see what is bringing out. Happy birthday 11, you are John years old. Okay, so that is very important. You need to arrange the arguments the same way the parameters are arranged, so that you get the correct answer or output. All right, so this is how to use multiple arguments and parameters. All right, or parameters and arguments. Now, arbitrary, like I was talking about the arrangement here now, okay, that will bring us to arbitrary arguments. Okay, now if you do not know how many arguments, all right, that will be passed into your function, all right, add an asterisk before the parameter name in the function definition. All right, now this way the function will receive a tuple of arguments and can access the items accordingly. Okay, for example, let's come down here and also drop our code. So if I say we have a list of parameters here, okay, let's give this guy one parameter and see. All right, if I give this guy one parameter, all right, so what I'm saying is you precede it with an asterisk. All right, a name, precede it with an asterisk. Now let's go ahead and run this. See that we should have an error here. Should have an error. And what are you say? What error is it? Name age is not defined. Okay, now if we now come here and do okay, let me take this guy out first. Let me take this guy out and run again. All right, now you see happy birthday John 11. All right, now it's not showing us an error. Okay, it's not showing us an error, but it's saying happy birthday John 11 because we dropped this 11 here. Okay, now what if we have, okay, let's do something now. Sorry, let me permission, let me turn off something now. All right, let me turn off something so it won't disturb this video now. Let me turn off something. Sorry, this class I always say is a no editing and all that. Okay, so things can happen this way. All right, I see that calls are coming on, and it's giving some interference in the recording. Okay, so let me take care of that quickly. So um actually functions are so much used. Okay, is one of the things that we use regularly. Some people choose functions, okay, over classes, while some choose classes over functions. All right, some choose classes over functions, so it depends on which you actually want. All right, it depends on what you want. Okay, that you it depends on what you want that you now use. Okay, now we are good to go. So if I say you are okay, let's edit this. Okay, let's edit this now. Let's say okay, let me use sorry, let me say age. Okay, let me say age here, and I say print happy birthday. Okay, instead of having this one, let me do okay, let me do age. Okay, let's say here we have list of values here. Okay, let's say here we have list of values. I have 11, okay, comma, I have 15, comma, I have 30. All right, I have 30. All right, so you see that it's listing like age and all that. So if I come here now and I do, okay, let's see whether the F function will work. I do my square bracket like that or that way. All right, if I come there and I do my square brackets, okay, and I do, maybe if I want to pick this one, from in Python we have 0 1. Let's say I drop 1 there. Okay, so I'll say happy birthday John, comma, you are age 1 years old. All right, if I go ahead and run it, say happy birthday John, you are 15 years old. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Now we have list of values here. Okay, we have list of values. Okay, let's even convert it back to what it used to be. Okay, let's convert it back to what it used to be. I wanted to do something for you to understand. Okay, let's say asterisk, sorry, comma, asterisk age. Okay, it won't work. Okay, say multiple set parameters are not allowed. Yes, it won't work. All right, so let's say asterisk name, and I have age. Okay, maybe we are sure of the age and we are not sure. Okay, let's say we are sure of the name, but we are not sure of the age from here. All right, so let's give the age the asterisk. All right, so we'll now do happy birthday John. So here we have John. Okay, and the age we have list of ages, and we have 12, we have 17, we have 16. Okay, so maybe what we want to actually do here is we will now do 0 1 2 3 if it's 16. Okay, so at the point where we do the age here like we did before, we'll now do this and do 16. Sorry for that call. Okay, call came in, that's what I was talking about. So we'll now do age 6. Oh no, sorry, not 16. 0 1 2 3. It's 3. All right, actually if you do 16 it will be out of range. Okay, so when I run it, you see happy birthday John, you are 16 years old. All right, so that is function for you. Okay, there are a lot of things that we can do with function that we cannot exhaust the whole thing in this class. All right, so but basically this is function and this is how it works. Okay, just know that a function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. All right, it's a block of code which only run when it is called, and that whenever you want to need to use that block of code, you can go ahead and call it. Okay, instead of you having repetitions in your code, in the whole code. Okay, you can just get the name of the code and run it. All right, so that's pretty much it, and I will say thank you for being part of this class again. I will see you in the next class. Bye for now.